Rock the Ripple. Rock the Ripple. The Rock the Ripple podcast with Narita McInnes.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. I'm your host, Narita McInnes. It is so awesome to be here with you again today. And today I'm going to dive straight into, No, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to sponsor this podcast with my own frequency shift journal. Why? Because I can. And also because this thing has absolutely changed my life. I absolutely love it. It is a journal, it is a planner, it is a notebook, mindset and alignment tool all in one. And the inside you learn how to create your own frequency shift activation and shift script to help reprogram your subconscious mind for your version of success. So if that sort of thing rings your bells as well, I will link this in the show notes and description so you can check it all out. But I'll just leave it there because, I don't know. Have I always wanted to do that? I don't know. But either way, it doesn't matter. That is available for you if that rings your bells. So with that said, let's dive into the sticky note for today. And it reads, we judge via the views and beliefs and values that we have of the world. We can never see things exactly the same. A movie is perceived differently to whoever is watching. No movie is ever the same. We all watch from our own lens. So I've been exploring our programs and our patterns and our patterning and the way that we operate through our lives and through the power of our subconscious mind. Because really, when it comes down to it, all of us have our own lens that we're watching the world through, that we're experiencing life through. It doesn't matter if you grew up in the same family, your point of view or your experiences will be slightly or massively different. And it's because how the experiences that we have are all individual to us. And so if we learned from a very young age that it's better to be seen and not heard, then that is something that we've incorporated into our life. If we've had trauma, and it doesn't mean, when I say trauma, it doesn't have to be something massive and dark. It could be just a small trauma of just being told off one day or not being included in something at primary school or something like that. It can be that sort of thing. And then, of course, there can be the deeper, darker trauma that goes on as well too. But all of it shapes our life and the way that we view things. And there's always that first trauma, that first thing that happened when we were young, or maybe even in a past life that we've brought through, that we've carried through with us, that makes us see the world a certain way. So we think it's us. But what it actually is a pattern or a program that we've developed to keep ourselves safe in certain scenarios so that we can show up in the world and protect ourselves from ever being hurt or again, or feeling pain, or feeling what the discomfort of what we don't want to feel like. So all of us have done that in our life. None of us haven't. We've all experienced something that has helped shape our view of the world. And so when we go to watch a movie, while the movie on the screen will be playing the same thing, the way that we interpret it can be so different. And it's also because in movies, there's so much truth in movies. It's the truth in plain sight. If you're someone who has explored a lot about what's going on in the world and you've done a shit ton of research, or even if you haven't, but you've heard of different concepts and different things along the way, they will show up in movies and you will see them, but other people won't. And that doesn't mean it either way is right or wrong, of course. It just means you will see something. But of course, then they see something different, totally different to you, because you're seeing it through the lens of which you're looking through. So no one can possibly ever see anything exactly the same. You might see green and someone sees light green. But how are you going to know for sure what that person is seeing? You won't, because you're seeing it through your eyes, through your lens, through your heart, through your soul. And that's why when I'm just going back to movies, I remember having a conversation with someone, and it was in the height of my uh, exploration of what's going on in the world, the many rabbit holes that I was diving down. And I mean, I'd always been super curious anyway, but this was just a real learning phase, which I'm so grateful for. And it has taught me a lot and how to become more discerning and how to trust myself more, and just how to expand and my knowledge, and not always take things at face value and all that sort of stuff. But I just remember watching a movie in that time, and the amount of truth that was coming through was incredible. I just remember sitting there just going, holy shit, like, is this person, they're just telling us what's going on here. It's everything that I've been looking at, that other people I know we've been researching. They're just saying it straight out. And I realized that it happens, in so many movies. And I always remember someone saying that when you want to hear the truth in the movie, it's quite often it's the bad guy that is speaking the truth. They're putting it out on the table. I know that one that comes to mind is the movie Tomorrowland, and the guy is speaking about what's going on the planet and that sort of thing. He just forget his name, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's towards the end, and he's just speaking this monologue, and it's just like, wow, there's so much truth there. But yeah, so the point was, I remember watching this movie and then having a conversation with someone else who had also watched the movie, and the scenes it was completely different for both of us. And I could sense that what I got from it was totally different to what they got from it. And neither was right or wrong, but it highlighted to me this exact point that no one will ever see a movie exactly the same, because we're watching it through our own lens. So I think that's why I'm so excited about the power of our subconscious mind as well, because what it shows us is that we have these patterns, but we can change these patterns through the power of repetition, through consciously creating new patterns that serve us. Because so many times along the way, we might think that we're a certain kind of person, and that is us, that we're, but it's not us. It's our patterns. Like, how we're showing up is through the patterns that we've learned to protect ourselves. So to reprogram, to shift in consciousness, to create more of a life that is in line with what it is we truly desire, because so many of us truly do have these dreams and these goals and these visions that we want to do. They're in our heart for a reason. They're not there for no reason. They keep staying there because that is part of what you're here to do in this lifetime. We're not all here to be the same thing, or we're here to experience certain different things. And that thing is in your heart that you want to experience, but you keep hitting a brick wall. You keep kind of self-sabotaging because you want to keep yourself safe, whether you're conscious of it or not. I know that I was definitely not conscious of the fact that I would sabotage myself sometimes, because my subconscious mind was trying to keep me safe. It was trying to keep me in a place where it was comfortable, in inverted commas. But in order to do the things that we really want to do, we have to step out of our comfort zone. We have to go somewhere where we haven't gone before. And that means getting uncomfortable or just being unfamiliar. And so when you go to step and do something new, it is unfamiliar. There's no way around it. It's going to be unfamiliar. But your subconscious mind will try and keep you safe and say, oh, maybe do that tomorrow. Maybe do that another time. Just, keep doing what you're doing right now. It's fine. And that's what keeps us in that place of not venturing out or doing anything new. But in order to do the things that we really want to do, we have to do that. And that's just part of the process, part of growing and part of stepping into the thing that we want to do. And so, yeah, it's like lining up with the frequency that you want to go to. So you imagine a whole bunch of lines, like horizontal lines, and they all represent frequencies. And if you want to go to a frequency that you haven't hung out at yet, that is going to be new. And your subconscious mind might try and help you protect you from going up there. So its job is to protect you. Its job is to follow the patterns and programming that you have instilled within yourself from a young age, or like I said before, past lives, whatever it might be, an ancestral thing. And its job is to keep you in that safe place. So it's doing its job. The subconscious mind, it only knows yes. It only knows to follow instructions. It's not that it's not loving, but it doesn't really have a personality. It's just there to follow the instructions and the patterns and everything that you have programmed it with. So if you've programmed it to say, keep me safe, don't let me get hurt anymore, then if something seems like it's a bit frightening, which could be a stepping out of your comfort zone moment, then it's going to do all it can to keep you back from that. So, yeah, if you want to step into a higher level, then you're going to have to get unfamiliar and tell your subconscious mind, this is what I'm doing now. So that's where the reprogramming comes in. How does the reprogramming work? Through repetition. It's just like going to the gym. It's like lifting weights. You are not going to have big buff arms or a six-pack after going to the gym once. So yes, you decide that you're going to do this thing, then the work is consistently showing up for yourself and telling your subconscious mind the new story about yourself, the new story of who it is to be you now that you've stepped into this new frequency. And that will take time. And how long it takes, we don't know. It takes 9 months to grow a baby. I don't know how long it takes to grow a giant tree, but it takes a while. It depends on what it is that you're doing as well. I've often had this thought pop into my head. So many of us, me included, have felt like that we're not worthy, that we're not good enough, that we don't deserve certain things. And for many of us, that is a big ship to turn around. It's something that we have carried with us for a long time, and it takes a lot of turning of the ship sometimes. Like, you imagine the Titanic, not the sinking part, but imagine trying to turn that around. Like, that would take, it's a process. And I guess some people would argue, well, you decide and then it's done. And yep, absolutely. I totally agree with that as well. For some of us, some things will be there may be more conscious work at play to make that more real. Because obviously, because we live in a world where we have infinite possibilities, some possibilities may seem further out for us than others. But of course, everything begins within, so it's already there. It's just a matter of aligning with that thing that we want to be aligning with. So when you think about wanting to create new in your life and shifting into a new reality for yourself, then that reprogramming consciously of your subconscious mind is so powerful. And if you're not doing it, it's still happening anyway. So you might as well put yourself in the driver's seat of your life and decide, okay, well, this is how I want to show up. That's why I created the frequency shift activation. It has helped me to reprogram and rewire some of the beliefs that I've had. And I'll always be shifting. I'll always be creating and instilling new beliefs. But I now know that I can do it consciously. So, yeah, I mean, I always seem to come back to this, and I think it's because I'm so passionate about it, and it's so powerful. And I just realized that it is how we shift consciousness. It's how we change the world, because we change ourselves for the better. It's such a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful thing. So yes, today's episode was all about looking at the fact that no one will ever watch a movie or get from a movie exactly the same thing, because we all interpret things through our own lens. And that's what's so exciting about being a human and experiencing life, is because we do all have different viewpoints, and we can learn so much from each other, so much like different tiny little nuanced perspectives from each other, and learn, how different people see things, and that expands our knowledge, that expands our awareness, and that helps us grow as well. So, yeah, I think I will leave it there for today's episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. As always, it has been so awesome to hang out and just chat and shoot the breeze with you. I'm looking forward to doing more of these episodes. And as always, if you do have something you'd love for me to chat about, please leave a comment in the description, or send me a DM on Instagram at Narita McInnes, or head to my website, naritamckinnis.com, where you can contact me there. And also check out all the things that is on the website as well. So thanks again for being here. I look forward to catching up with you again really, really soon. Until then, have a cracker of a day, and I'll see you next time.